I knew Latvia was a country, right? And I knew more or less where it was located, but that was it. Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here and for clicking on today's video. If this is your first time here, my name is Gabby, and in this channel I post all about lifestyle and culture as a Honduran expat in Latvia. So if that's something that you're interested in, definitely consider subscribing. For today's video, I wanted to share my story with you guys and answer the most frequently asked question I get here in Latvia, and one that probably you guys also have, which is why Latvia? How and why and what am I doing here, and how does someone from small Honduras ends up in even tinier Latvia? So we're gonna have a little story time, if you will, so get comfortable because I'm gonna take you down memory lane with me approximately around 7 years ago. So let's get started. So studying abroad is something that I always wanted to do, and also something that my parents always encouraged me to do since I was very small. If you guys don't know, there are countless of scholarships and financial aid for studying abroad in a lot of Latin American countries, because as they are considered third world countries, a lot of the rich countries want to support and help and, you know, just provide education possibilities for lots and lots of people. But obviously the competition is also really high because there's lots of smart people in all Latin America. So this is something that I always wanted to pursue, and I always had like a very clear plan of what I wanted to do, which was graduate from my bachelor, work and have work experience for 1 or 2 years, and then study abroad, particularly in Europe. So Europe is also a place that I always wanted to go. I always dreamt about traveling and, you know, visiting all of these dreamy big cities that you always see in the movies. And when I thought about getting a master's and also traveling around Europe, I thought that it was just the perfect way of doing both things. So I always was very clear with that plan, and I graduated from my bachelor. I moved from the capital to the second biggest city in Honduras, which is San Pedro Sula, and I was working there on my first real job, having my first experience, you know, being independent, paying my bills and all the adult stuff. So I got to the point that I was ready to start pursuing that next step of trying to get a scholarship and applying to all of the different options out there. And I had all my documentation ready and I just started searching. I was very clear in what I wanted, which was a full ride. I wanted, you know, my tickets, I wanted tuition, I wanted pocket money, and obviously I wanted to study a program that I was interested in. So I started in the search of a master program and I started applying. All I knew was that I wanted to go somewhere in Europe. I wasn't really strict in where. All I knew was that I didn't want to go to Spain because I already speak Spanish, and I wanted to have the opportunity of practicing my English and also hoping to learn a new language wherever I ended up. So I started this process, guys. I was super, you know, excited, and I had everything ready, and I started applying to scholarship after scholarship after scholarship, and I got so many rejections. Like, you have no idea. I had countless and countless of rejections. I kid you not, I think I had more than 10 rejections, and every time I applied, you know, and I got a rejection, I tried to tweak my applications here and there just to try to, you know, see what I was doing wrong, to the point that I was still very motivated, but I was also, you know, a little bit bruised of so many rejections that I was applying for scholarships on a very automatic way. Like, I would wake up, I would check all the scholarships that were open at the point, and I would see if I had all the requirements for me and also for them, and I was just applying and applying without really being so conscious about it. And this is how I stumbled with this Latvian scholarship. So this was a European Union project, and it had different possibilities of where to study, one of them being Latvia. And at the moment, I remember that I knew Latvia was a country, right? And I knew more or less where it was located, but that was it. I didn't really know what it looked like or anything, to being honest. I remember I just went through Google, I checked, you know, some pictures of Riga, and it looked amazingly beautiful. I checked the location and thought to myself, okay, this is a little bit north, but why not? I checked, you know, it was part of the European Union, that the currency was euro, and I thought, probably there's not that many people trying to go and study in Riga, so I'm just gonna apply. And anyways, I have gotten so many rejections by this point that probably this is just gonna be one more. I sent my application, guys, and I swear to God, I completely forgot about it because, like I said, I was just very automatic in sending applications and just trying, you know, and trying and just hoping for some good news. Obviously, after so many rejections, I was starting to think about a plan B and, you know, what I could do with my life at that moment. So I decided that I just needed to get the ball rolling in one way or another, and I decided to just take a leap of faith, and I quit my job, and I was ready to move back home with my parents and just try to continue applying from there and just have a change in work, because I really needed a change at that moment. So I was already set, and on my very last work week, I got an email with the great news that I was granted the scholarship. I still remember that day so well because I couldn't believe it after so many applications and such a long process, and honestly already losing hope and, you know, already starting with plan B. I couldn't believe that I finally had gotten the scholarship, to the point that I didn't even remember where exactly had I applied to. And when I read the news and the letter that I had a scholarship in Riga, I was like, oh my God. Where was this? I had to go back again, check all the information about Latvia because I had completely forgotten about it. And this scholarships, you know, they sent you an email and you just have like 24 hours to 48 hours to say yes. And I was like, hell yeah, I so want to go and study abroad and finally, you know, have that dream come true of getting a scholarship and moving to Europe. So this is how I ended in Latvia for the first time. I had never been in Europe, and it was just a dream come true and something that I always wanted to do. I started with a program in business, and it was honestly the best year of my life because there was so much excitement. Everything was new. I was studying, but it was a master's program in business, so I had a lot of free time as well. And I was so grateful for that scholarship because it also allowed me to travel and, you know, do everything that I wanted to do. But my scholarship had a little trick, if you will, because the scholarship was only for 1 year and my program was for 2. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to Latvia and, you know, study for 1 year, and honestly see how I managed to stay for the second year and how I will do this. Obviously, I wanted to complete the program and have my master's degree. So for the second year, I decided to continue my studies. I found a part-time job, which was super helpful because it allowed me to study and work at the same time. And also I had some savings from my scholarship, savings from my previous work experience, and my parents, I am so grateful for them because they have always been super supportive and I knew I wasn't alone. So it was a tough year. I was working and studying at the same time. It was a hustle because I was jumping from one place to another all the time, but that's when I decided that I really wanted to stay in Europe after my graduation. With all of the traveling and also being 2 years here, I realized that I really liked it here. There are so many reasons. I think I need to do another video of why I love Europe so much and why I wanted to stay here, but I made that decision and I was ready to find a job after my graduation wherever that may be and just stay in Europe. So I think that once I made that decision, I gotta say that things just started happening for me in Latvia, and after graduating from my master's degree, I found a job in marketing. The funny thing was that they were looking for someone from Latin America who spoke both English and Spanish, and really all the qualities that they were looking for was just exactly this. So I was super happy, super grateful, because I swear that this job was just like heavenly sent, because it was everything that I was looking for and I was also everything that they were looking for. And this is how I found a job here. And a couple of months after starting my work, I met my now husband. We dated for a while and we got married last year. So this is how it's been 5.5 years, almost 6, that I'm still in Latvia, and honestly I am so happy and so grateful to be here. I feel that Latvia has definitely opened its doors for me in every sense of the way. So I wanted you to know a little bit about my story, my background, and how I ended up in Latvia. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely give it a thumbs up if you did, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye, friends.